Okay, so following on from my previous video, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link below. I was kindly sent some beers from Gary, from MaineBrewGuy Gary, who lives over in the United States. And yeah, after doing the last video, I thought I would follow that up with doing the first of the tasting videos and looking through the beers. And I think Gary also recommended that I should crack into the New England IPA beer first. So here it is here. It's called Cohesion. 7%, 48 IBUs, brewed on the 24th of April, canned on the 11th of June. Says served cold, so that's been sitting in the fridge since I received the beers from Gary. So I understand this is the second version of the New England IPA where Gary has used the Harlequin hops as sort of the star of the beer, and then he's used a supporting cast of other hops. So what I might do first is I'm really keen to pour it up. The can's pretty firm. Has been in the can for a little while, so I'm hoping it's still nice and fresh, and I think Gary will hope in the same thing. So here's the moment of truth. Okay, we'll pour it up. There we go. Well, my initial, hang on, put the can down. So my initial thought is looking at the beer, that it's still, just going from the colour alone, that it still looks pretty nice and vibrant and fresh looking. I know New England IPAs are susceptible to oxidising fairly quick, but if that was the case just from appearance point of view, that would be a lot sort of darker, or almost like if it was really oxidised, like a muddy brown colour. But that looks absolutely fantastic. Nice and juicy, sort of tropical fruit, orange sort of colour, and holding a beautiful head on the top. Still got plenty of haze, which is great, but the can has been bouncing around the world, so it's had the occasional sort of stirring up, but I'd say there's no sediment. Yeah, this has probably come off the, I guess this has come off the keg, so no, that looks great. So thank you, Gary. So I'm tempted to dive straight in, but I'll just tell you what the other hops are. So yeah, the main star is the Harlequin, and then the supporting hops are Sabro, Mosaic, Citra, and Lemon Drop. Lemon Drop's not a hop that I've used before, so yeah, that's interesting in itself. But I've used all the others. So cheers, Gary, and cheers everyone else watching. We'll get a nose on it. Just a disclaimer up front, I'm no expert. Definitely getting, now the beer's pretty cold. Just trying to think about what I'm getting here. Citrus is the first thing that springs to mind. I know that's quite general, but citrus, lemon, maybe some pineapple. Pineapple might be the initial things I'm getting on the nose. I'm sure there's a lot more to come in when I taste it, but yeah, pineapple, citrus, lemon, maybe a little bit of grapefruit on the nose, but it smells fantastic. And there's no, I'm not picking up anything off on the nose, so that's good. So that's fantastic, considering, you know, this has been around the world and who knows what conditions for the last, you know, month or more. No, it's smelling great. Maybe, yeah, some ripe fruit as well. So I'm going to dive in because I've been hanging out a heck of a long time to try one of Gary's beers. So cheers, Gary. Oh, had to go in for a second mouthful. First up, that tastes fantastic, Gary. There's no signs of oxidization or anything crept into the can through its however it was stored, or heat or anything. Really nice. I'm still getting some really nice fresh flavors coming through from the hops, nice and juicy. I'm getting more grapefruit now. I'm getting some sort of almost grapefruit sort of pithy sort of taste coming through. Very, very smooth. Now, did I mention this is 7%? It's drinking more like a sort of a 5.5 to 6%. It's going down so well. Yeah, 7%, 48 IBUs. So there is a nice touch of bitterness there. I'd call it a nice moderate. Get a nice coating on your tongue, but it smooths away nicely. But yeah, it's got plenty of, I'm trying to think of some of the other flavors I'm picking up. Definitely tropical fruit, pineapple, grapefruit. It's a real medley, especially from all those hops that I mentioned. Yeah, a bit of tangerine. I've written some of the descriptors from the hops to basically see if I can pick some of those up. Yeah, definitely some tangerine. Now the coconut from the Sabro. It's possibly there. It's got quite a nice, slightly creamy mouth texture to the beer. But I'd say that the Sabro's probably been dominated by some of the other hops, the Mosaic and the Citra, and those big sort of citrus flavors possibly push the coconut into the background a little bit. So Harlequin, some of its main characters are passion fruit, peach and pineapple. I did mention the pineapple before, so I'm definitely getting that through. Possibly more on the nose, not quite as much in the flavour. Yeah, definitely getting some tropical fruits. I'm not sure if I'm picking up the peach. Possibly if I let it warm up a little bit. Actually, what I might do, we'll pause the video just briefly here, and then I'll come back, let this warm up for another 5-10 minutes and see if we can pick up anything else. See you shortly. Okay, so I've let the beer warm up a little bit more and just had a little bit more of a think about it. Definitely the citrus side of the hops, I think, the dominant aromas and flavors coming through, and the tropical fruit there, but a little bit more in the background. As far as stone fruit characters, possibly a bit of peach, but I wouldn't say I'm picking too much else up from the stone fruit. Getting some nice lemon, which I can only assume is from the lemon drop hops. Like I say, I've never used them. Yeah, nice lemon citrus. First and foremost, that is a fantastic New England IPA. The hops, although I can't pick out a lot of individual characters from them, they all seem to work really well together. I don't know whether you've got any plans, Gary, of scaling it back or swapping some out. But the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hops that you have got in there, they are working well, and I think a lot of the flavors have sort of intertwined. So yeah, like I say, hard to pick up some individual characters of individual hops, but no, that is really good. That's as good as any other home brewed New England IPA or hazy that I've had, and that would give a lot of commercial hazies that I've had here in New Zealand a very good run for their money. It's nice to have one that's a little bit stronger, 7%. yeah, it's definitely got richer, more sort of character to the hop flavors and aroma. I think having that higher ABV, but a beautiful drop. I'm just going to try and hang on to the remnants here and enjoy this a little bit longer. But yeah, I can't fault it, Gary. No off flavors, nothing in the aroma. Bitterness is good, lingers for a little bit, but then does disappear. It's not sort of building up and becoming overpowering. Yeah, no, that is awesome. So thank you very much, Gary. I'm very pleased that this turned out so well after so long in the can and traveling. I'll stop there, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Didn't have to watch the whole thing, could have skipped through it. But hopefully you enjoyed that, Gary, and if you want to have a chat about anything specific, let me know, and I'll look forward to cracking the next beer. So yeah, this is the Cohesion New England IPA. Thanks for watching. Over and out.